Hello plant lovers, orchid lovers in YouTube. It's Cara. Welcome to my channel, Cara.inhousegreen. Today is October 22nd, Thursday, nearly lunchtime, and it's my orchids update. No, they're not orchids, but it's just, isn't that pretty? You know, they view the leaves or anyway, it's orchids. So I'm in my dining room, so we'll have to have a look at my dining room first and we'll see. And this is the IKEA stand. They don't sell that anymore for a very long time. I bet some of you have it. So this is just my ordinary Phalaenopsis that I've showed you. No, I didn't show you last month, but I did mention it to you. It's just not a lot of flowers. I nearly lost this plant, so it's got that cakey there and it's growing with it together. I didn't separate them because I got no more pots. So this is my Phalaenopsis, the girl who's pink girl, a very scented Phalaenopsis that I bought from Tesco, one of the shops here in the UK. And it's growing a spike. If you see that, when you see it, I can't see it through the camera. And there's, for goodness sake. So yeah, so that is normally lives in my kitchen window, but it is full now, so I moved it in here. And if you have noticed, you probably wonder what's going on. The new ones in here, they are something new. Those are the ones, most of these orchids in here are all in my clay pot, but I have changed it, shifted it into semi-hydro. They have been in clay pots for years and they were fine with it, but this summertime here in the UK, it was that heat. It's quite too much, and the plants did suffer, and the one that looks after them as well, their plant mama is not the type of person that keep watering the plants. I less likely to water my plants, so they did. So I've lost a lot of root balls from them, especially this fairy tale enjoy. Lost a lot of root balls from that girl. So but so far they are doing okay. The leaves are now stiff. Some of them are quite soft before, so yeah. So that's the update. And the one that's flowering in here is Galea, no idea. This is separate from the mama one. It's not a big one, it's just a medium size. If you could see that, just that's my hand, a medium size orchid. And it has been open for weeks, and it's scented only if you stick your nose in it, but then if you don't, so you won't be able to, you know, notice anything at all. So that's the update of my orchid. So this one is still, I have broke one of the bloom of that one, very, very scented orchid. And that's yeah, that's the one, very scented, beautiful orchid. But the tendency of that is the flower droop down, so you can't really see the beauty, but the scent is fab. And I just wanted to tell you about the new ones that I have showed it to you before. This is my dendrobium, the yellow one, Canary or something. And I have took this down in the sunroom. It was in the sunroom when I purchased it. Took it down, I've sprayed it, and I'm still gonna spray it again. The thing is, in that sunroom, my orchids there, especially the dendrobium, notice a difference of the day and the season. Most of them have stopped growing now, and I don't want this to stop growing, because look at this, they are still growing and they got new one. So I'm gonna take this one upstairs in my bedroom or here in this place, so that it still keep continuously growing, because it's warm enough for it to grow. So that's the reason why. If you, I'll show it to you in when we go to the sunroom. So I think it's the time to go. Now we're entering my sunroom. It's quite a mess in here. I got a stool ready for me to stand from that orchid. Oh, by the way, my Hoya public calyx is growing. Have you seen that purple? It's very, very purple. Oh, the sun is out, And yeah, this is my Galea no ID, and it's growing. It's quite scented, this one. Not quite a lot, but it is scented. You could still smell it. And it's not really that big, but yeah, that's my hand. It's nearly finishing. If you see the yellow, you know, not the yellow, the brownish discoloration, but nonetheless I got the new ones growing. So yeah, and I got another two there. So this orchid receives a drink of, you know, this flowering for flowers, so fertilizer. So that is my Galea. And another one that has no idea. I have to move my stool, it's quite noisy. Ooh, I don't like that noise. So this one is nearly finished. If you see the difference of the color, that is the color. That's the color indeed. It's kind of fading, and that is quite deep. So that is the color. Very beautiful color orchid. It's kind of magenta. It's scented, different scent. I like this orchid. It's small. If you see it, it's tiny. Got no ID. I don't know if somebody could ID this for orchid. So yeah. So that is it, and that is nearly finished, and that is just recently open. I've seen some. I haven't seen any drips from it, but if you could see, that is, yeah, the mark of drips. And now we have to look at my generous. I managed to ID this one. It's Cattleya emerald green, I think. Yeah, emerald green, something. Yeah, emerald green. I'm going to put it down in my description. I should have made a tag, but well, yeah, no excuse, eh? So these two new growth, one growth is got 5 of beautiful flower, and then the other growth is got only 3. This is the latest that opened. This has been open for a while, and this has been infested with trips. I've seen some of them. They're not all of them like before, but I didn't spray it because I will damage the plant, the flowers, you know. And yeah, no, it's never mind. Yeah. So I don't this time of the day and this time of the year and this time of what's going on around, I tend not to let anything affect my mood. So yeah, so I just wanted to enjoy the flower, and I hope you do. If you have followed my Instagram, I did post this one when it was opened. So beautiful orchid, and it's quite taking out from the pot. I have difficulty. I wanted to transfer it in semi-hydro, but I don't know what to do. It's attached to this pot, and it's so hard to do it. So I don't know. I in a way I would damage the plant. So yeah, that's the only thing about clay pots. If I probably would able to save to transplant this in semi-hydro, I'll have to break this clay pot. Right down here, and they're all have grown and stopped. They're still growing though, but this is in flower, in bloom, I mean, not in flower just yet, and you never know it will open or not. So if you see the pattern of the, oh my god, what's going on with this camera? So if you see the pattern of this, you can't see, I can't either. This is being a joke. The point of so there is that patterning. I hope you could see it. The sun is too much. So I cannot wait for that to open, or else some of these flowers will be lost, you know, I mean dropped. So down here I have my Young Min Gold, the golden boy. It's a boy, and that is the sheath. And look at that. I'll sit down. Look at this, it's very fat. So, and those are the rest, they're all right. And this is my my Oncidium, the Twinkle, and that is the orange Twinkle, cinnamon. And my Phalaenopsis philippinensis is having a spike. I really don't want this plant to produce a spike, and there were 2 spikes. I want it to produce leaves, but can you tell them? Can you demand from them? It's not human being that you can sometimes demand from human being, so you can't. They just want to do what they want, so let them do what they want. Anyway, so this the wildcat is still pretty, and there's no sign of finishing, which is very good. Imagine if I have, or you have, this one in your collection, and then there's a lot of them. Imagine that, and then it will take a long time for it to finish. That would be fabulous. It would be, oh my goodness. And it's a small bulb. Yeah, imagine if, and it's a small plant. It's one of my rescue. Anyway, so imagine if you have that one and a big one, and oh wow, it would be fantastic. So yeah, so I'm still enjoying it, and some of them are growing down there. And this is the Galea that I've shown you in my dining area. This is the mother in semi-hydro, and that is a new growth. And I would, sure enough, there is a flower in it, but they normally have 2 new growth, but this time no, not that time. This is amazing. This is a beautiful flower. The camera doesn't catch what the color is. The color is purplish blue. If you have a look at my Instagram, the same address at Cara.inhousegreen, that I uploaded the picture of this orchid, and that color is that color. In this video you can't really catch it. Let me have a look. It's farther afar and similar of that, but still no, bluish kind of a thing, purple. It's very beautiful and very scented. The scent of this orchid is talcum. You know, the baby talcum is amazing. So it normally gives me a lot of flowers, but it didn't this time. But still I am happy, because when I repotted this one in a bigger pot, they said, I have heard some of the people in YouTube that you don't disturb it much when you repot it in semi-hydro, which is true. But I was thinking that because you don't disturb it that much, it will not stop it from producing spike. Well-minded. Because this Zygo, the hybrid Zygo, normally every time I have a new growth, I always have 3 spikes and a lot of flowers. But then when I transplanted it into semi-hydro, this is the one that's the growing one. It was still small, and then when it grew, nothing at all. So this is its next, and it's growing. And it's produced me a spike. So that was just it, and it's so beautiful. And yeah, it's kind of like that, you know, far away, but still bluish. Yeah, it's very, it's how you angle it. No, it still doesn't pick up the proper lighting. No, the proper color. If you have that orchid, you probably would understand what I'm talking about. So this one is my Epiderm, and this is well scented orchid. And another one that I have transplanted into a bigger pot from semi-hydro to the same growing method in semi-hydro, and it grew with a new growth when I repotted it. But then this is the new growth there. That one. Oh God, a beautiful scent of that Zygo. Yeah, so that did not produce me any spike. It stole and it dried up there. And then next it's this one. So yay, would be fantastic. So right, so this Bracia spider orchid is growing with two new growth. I am hoping that it would produce me a spike. It's probably just me, or will be you as well out there. You know, when you have new growth, you tend to open and check and being silly, and my kids will tell me that you're talking to yourself again, you know, and yeah. So that's what I normally tend to do. So I'm just grateful my kids are not about, so they can hear me talking to myself, talking to the plants. They said, "Are you talking to your plants again, Mom?" So now what I told you about this dendrobium that's quite sensitive to the weather and the season, the change, the evolution of season. Oh my God, why should they use that term? Yeah, so yes, they have changed. They know the difference now, and I was just a bit slightly disappointed with this. This is the white nobile, no ID. This is the last one that it grows. It's that tall, isn't it? And then this is my new growth, and it should be taller than that, but then obviously the season has changed and it's finished, and it should be more taller. This one is finished. I got 3 new growth, but that did not make it to the highest point, and it's finished, and that is the end of it. And they're short like me, but never mind. So they have grown. This one, the pinkish one with white and green lip, has grown, and it stopped growing. This is the first one of no, not the first one. So I have noticed the difference of the season, and I'm just okay with it because it's the tallest of the old one, which is good. And this is my cross Epicatleya Rini Marquez with Cattleya scleriana, and that is a new growth. This is a bit disappointed by but then when you buy some things online, you cannot control which one they have. They were gonna put it in a box and put your name in it, because they would say that you're gonna have the same plant on the picture, but not that picture. So yeah, I was a bit disappointed because when I bought this one, it's got a bit of a damage in there, and I thought it was just, it will be okay. And the new growth did the same, so it's got a bit of a rot in there. So, and I put cinnamon in it, and I hope it would make a difference, but I'm not too sure. Maybe what's going on, I don't know. It's still a quite young plant. And this is my Galea Canary, if I pronounce that right. And it tend to do that. So I don't know what that is. It looks like it's drying up. There's another one there, and it seems like it's drying up. So good God. Yeah, it's testing me. And now the Dendrobium anosmum is very, very sensitive to change of season. This is the first one. Both sense it. I'm not moving anymore, and this is me. I will stop growing, and that's that. So very, very disappointed with this girl, because this is my last new growth, the 2 big ones, and them are short. You know how short that is? The shorter it is, the lesser blooms, isn't it? Oh my goodness me. So yeah, if only I don't like it, but I really do. So that's yeah, that's the love of my orchid. Started with anosmum, and the anosmum alba, it never stopped growing, which is okay. So I don't know what's going on. So that is growing, and it's still growing, so I'm still supporting it. I don't know if I'm gonna move it to where upstairs, but I'm not too sure. Now I'm looking, there's a black one in there. The heck is that? So yeah, so that is my anosmum and it's still all growing, and I probably move it so that it will still grow and grow. God knows when it stopped. Yeah, I should be grateful that they're growing, shouldn't I? Should not complain. It's a human being are so difficult to. Right, this is my Bracia Galea Ranger. It smells like citrus, fresh, and look at that juicy. Oh, what beauty! And that one, and that's another one. So, oh, this doesn't disappoint me. Every new growth always give me flowers. And my she loved talking. How big? If you know how big this plant is, you would expect a lot of flowers, but that's the all. A new spike and only 4. Oh my god. Yes, so I'm not saying anymore. So that's the orchid. I tend not to like it anymore, that one. And I know it's not part of orchids, but that's my Hoya. Look at them. Look at that. Huh? Yep, that's the one. And on this side, oh, this is my Stanhopea. Look at the mess of my plants. This has given me a spike, but it dried up, you know. Oh god, I cannot really where my setup is. Oh god, it's I just watered it. Where my setup is, it will not. Yeah, I thought it's gonna die. It's quite expensive experiment, you know. I'm showing you this because, hang on, that's where the flower was, and I cut it off because it's just a small hole. And then after a few days, it dried up. So, yeah. So, I don't know what to do with this orchid. I'm just, yeah, just growing it, not giving me anything. Those has some growth, and they're suffering from deficiency magnesium. And my Epiderm staphylibaldon, if I can't bother taking the if I pronounce it, I probably didn't. And where's the tag? See, I can't be bothered getting the tag. There is the pink tag. Right, hang on. Oh, for good, the love of mighty. Do I really have to spend my time in here doing this? I'll just read it. Is Stamfordianum. That's it. I did not even say it first like that. I was just murmuring. So it's got 2 new growth, that one and that one. I don't think it will flower, so there you go. And that is my Oncidium, Twinkle. They're all in buds. And this is still growing and scented, totally beautiful scent. And that is still lovely. And my Phalaenopsis rescue, it's a beautiful lip. It's a lip, the pink, no, not pink, the yellow with this coloring. It's a beauty. So they are still in growing. And one lastly, my sugar, hang on, my Oncidium sweet sugar. It's there in bud. Oh no, in spikes. So yeah, hoping that it will. So, and that's another sweet sugar. And this is my Leopoldii. And this is my, you know, the hairy pig. The hairy pig. So yeah, my Digbiana Brassavola. I'm so worried about this because look at that. It's all stuck on a blooming clay pot, and the new growth is there. Isn't that beauty? When I bought this plant a few years ago, it was a big one, and then when I transplanted it, it's broke into 2, so I got another one out there behind me. So yeah, and this is my another Galea. if you could read that one. I can't read it. Leodom whatever. So I have this for a very long time. So the thing is with this plant with sugar bulb, do not water it too much because that would tend to happen. Look, it break, and yeah, it got to the extent and it stretch and poof, break. So that's all, folks, with my orchids update. I hope you do have a fabulous time with your family and with your plants, and you know, and do enjoy life, and especially with your family. Keep safe, as what it says. Keep safe all the time, all the time. Goodbye and God bless. Bye for now.